Listen girls, next we will discuss about the trend of atomic size in transition elements. As we know that in the transition elements start from the fourth period. That's why when we move from left to right in fourth period, first of all the atomic size decrease, then increase, and then last also decrease because of the involvement of d orbital. The size of the atom increases, and then we move towards the p block. It again decreases. Slight variations when we consider series in the period. The atomic size of the element first reduces or atom contracts, and then it is increasing, and when we move from left to right in a period. So due to the involvement of d orbitals and d and f orbitals and their poor shielding effect of nucleus. What is the shielding effect? We will discuss in our next topic. And next, when we move from the series in a period, the atomic size of element first reduces or atom contracts, and then there is increase in it when we move from left to right in the fourth period. And next we will talk about the shielding effect. What is the shielding effect? From this paragraph you have to learn two short questions: define effective nuclear charge and define shielding effect. And what is these two terms? First of all, I will explain here. What is the shielding effect? Shielding effect is the shield nuclear inner electron protect the outer shell electrons from the influence of the nuclear charge. What is the nuclear charge? We know that nucleus has positive charge due to the presence of proton, and electrons has negative charge which surround the nucleus, and there is a force of attraction exists between the electron and the proton in the nucleus, and the charge on the nucleus is called nuclear charge, which in this charge attract the electron towards itself in a atom. But because of the presence of inner electrons, when the number of shell increases, the electrons present in the inner shells also increases, and then there will be two forces which will exist. First, force of repulsion which exists between the atoms in the orbits, and second is attraction which exists between the nucleus and the inner and electrons. And due to the presence of inner electrons, outer electrons feel less force of attraction of the nucleus. That's why this effect is called shielding effect, because the inner shell electrons shield and protect the outer electrons from the influence of the nucleus. And what is the effective nuclear charge? Effective nuclear charge is the electrons between the nucleus and the valence electrons repel each other, making the atom larger. And because due to the repulsion between the electrons present in the orbits, they repel each other, and that's why they move further apart from each other, and it's also and it is the reason why atomic size also increases. And because increases of atomic size, there will be the less attraction of the nucleus towards the outer shell electron. That's why this effect is called shielding effect. And the charge which is reached less towards the outer shell and reach towards the outer shell electrons is called effective nuclear charge, because due to the presence of inner electrons, actual nuclear charge cannot influence the outer electrons. That's why they feel less nuclear charge, and this charge is called effective nuclear charge, which can be calculated by using this formula. Calculating effective nuclear charge of the sodium. For we know that sodium has the atomic number 11. It has 11 electron and 11 proton. But what is the formula to calculate effective nuclear charge? Z is the nuclear charge and proton number, and S is the shielding effect and screening effect, which can be calculated by counting the number of electrons present in the inner shell. For example, sodium has atomic number 11. It has 11 protons. Z is equal to 11, and it has also 11 electron, but here we write that 10. What does it mean? Because in this calculation of effective nuclear charge, we will only consider inner electrons and will not consider outer electron. And one electron present in the outermost shell of the sodium, so we will not consider it, and because the outer shell electrons doesn't feel the influence of the nuclear charge and the nuclear charge of the nucleus. Under the influence of the nuclear charge, so when the effective nuclear charge of the sodium will be equal to +1. Similarly, we can calculate the effective nuclear charge of the other elements. So screening effect, and you can see here that here is an example of chlorine and magnesium. Chlorine has 17 electron, 17 proton, and it has 7 electron in its outer shell. So that's why we will not consider 7 electron of the outer shell, and its inner shell contain 10 electron, which is represented by red circles. 17 minus 10 will be +7. Similarly, we can calculate the effective nuclear charge of the other elements. For example, here it is example of magnesium, which has 12 proton and 12 electron, but it has magnesium belongs to second group. It has 2 electron in outermost shell. That's why its inner shells K or L contain 10 electron, 2 in the inner shell and K shell, and 8 in the L shell. Total inner electrons will be 10. That's why when we minus and 12 minus 10, 12 is the atomic number Z, and S is equal to Z minus S, because we in the magnesium atom we will apply the same formula Z minus S. So Z is equal to 12 and S is equal to is the screening effect electrons or inner electrons or shield, which provide the shielding effect. So the number of the electron will be 10 and the effective nuclear charge of the magnesium will be 2. So this is the effective nuclear charge, and you can mark the headings from here. First of all, the definition of effective nuclear charge. The attraction of outer electrons towards the nucleus is partially reduced because of the presence of inner electrons. It is also about the presence of inner electrons. Effective nuclear charge and shielding effect both related to the presence of inner electrons. Because of inner electrons, the nucleus will affect less effect, will have less effect on the outer shell electrons. That's why this less nuclear charge felt by the outer electrons due to the presence of inner electrons is called effective nuclear charge, and the shield which provide the inner electrons from the influence of nucleus to the from the influence of the nucleus to outer shell electrons is called shielding effect. It means the electrons present in the inner shells screen or shield the force of attraction felt by the valence shell electrons. This is called shielding effect, and it depends upon the number of electrons. And because shielding effect depends upon the number of inner electrons, and when we move from left to right in the period, we know that number of shells remains same. In the atomic size we discussed about it, only filling of electron take place in K or L shell. That's why when we from left to right in the period, shielding effect remains the same, but effective nuclear charge increases. And then when we move from top to bottom in the group, because we know that atomic number increases, number of shell also increases because of atomic number. The more filling of electron will take place, or there will be more electrons. That's why more repulsion between the electrons and less charge will reach to the outer shell electron. That's why when we move from top to bottom in a group, shielding effect increases because of inner shell increases. But then we move from left to right in a period, the shielding effect remains same because the number of shells remains the same. So next we will discuss about the ionization energy. Till then, Allah Hafiz, have a good day.